Hi, Janeal. Thank you for taking the time to meet with me today. My name is Cassie DeJesus, and I'm part of the hiring team for the legal um, assistant position at the state's attorney office. Today, we'll have an interview. It'll be about 15 minutes, and I'll start with some questions about your experience and how you handle some specific situations related to the role. And then there'll be some time. I'll give you a brief overview of the position, and you'll have some time at the end to ask any questions that you might have. You ready to
Okay.
get started?
Yes. Thank you. Thank you for your time today.
Good. All right. So a little bit about us. We are the state's attorney office prosecutes criminal cases on behalf of the public to ensure justice is served, and it upholds public safety while maintaining fairness and ethical standards. So this office handles a variety of cases, including misdemeanors, felonies, and sometimes civil matters like victim restitution or enforcement of court orders. Um, let's see. We are looking for somebody who has extensive knowledge of court procedures, legal documentation, case management, and who can manage high volume caseload. So I have just a few questions here for you.
Okay.
Okay. Can you tell me about a time when you had to manage multiple high priority deadlines and how you organize your work and ensure nothing was missed?
Yes. So, in my previous experience, I often handled multiple deadlines at once, such as like preparing, filing, scheduling, and client communication. To stay organized, I prioritize my tasks based on urgency and court deadlines. I use a digital calendar. I use a paper calendar. I just make a list and track everything down. And the bigger assignments, I just turn into smaller steps. Um, and if I needed to communicate with an attorney, just to clarify the priorities, and I just consistently met the deadlines without compromising the accuracy of my work.
Great. Sounds like you're very organized. That's great. Can you describe a situation where you collaborated with attorneys or other team members on a complex case and what role you played in that and what the outcome was?
Yes. So I worked with an attorney on a case that required gathering and organizing a large volume of documents with multiple parties.
Hmm.
So my role was kind of to just organize the evidence, maintain case files, and ensure all documents were properly formatted and filed. I also spoke with my team members to track progress, and everything was prepared ahead of schedule, and it just really helped the attorney with the have a well organized case. So that experience strengthened my teamwork and communication skills.
Great. Do you have an example of a time when you noticed an error or discrepancy in a legal document and how you handled it?
Yes. So I have while I've reviewed some documents, I noticed that there was an inconsistency in dates that could have messed with the filing. So I double checked the information with the original records and brought it to my attorney's attention. So after the error was confirmed, I just corrected the document and made sure all the paperwork was consistent. And that's pretty much it.
Good. Great attention to detail. And can you tell me about a time when a client or witness was difficult to communicate with and how you handled that situation?
Yes. So I once worked with a client who was frustrated, and it made it difficult to gather information that I needed. So I just remained calm and professional. I actively listened to their concerns and just let them know that I was here to help. I adjusted my communication style by being clear, patient, and respectful. Over time, they became cooperative, and I was able to get the information that I needed. This experience taught me value and empathy,
Mm,
and how being having effective communication can change the outcome.
great. Can you describe a time when a case or filing didn't go as planned, and how did you respond, and what did you learn from it?
Yes, so there was a time when the filing was delayed due to not having all the right information. So I informed the attorney, and we worked quickly to gather the missing details. Um, it was stressful, but I stayed focused and ensured the filing was completed as soon as possible. I learned just the importance of just paying attention to detail early and maintaining clear communication.
Good. Can you give me an example of a particularly stressful period at work, and how did you prioritize tasks to ensure the deadlines were met?
Yes, so there was a time I had multiple deadlines at once. So I just prioritized the tasks by deadlines and importance. So I just stayed organized with the checklist, and I remained flexible when priorities needed to be changed. So I was able to complete all the tasks on time, and it went well.
Great to hear. If an attorney asked you to prepare a brief or file a motion with little notice, how would you handle that situation?
If I was given, JCL, I'm doing my homework. Like that said, he's gonna call you. Oh. So let's keep.
Okay.
Okay. So if I was given a last minute assignment, I would clarify the deadline. Then I would quickly gather the necessary information. I will communicate with the attorney about any trouble I may have or request help or guidance. I will work efficiently and keep the accuracy.
Okay, great. And imagine you noticed a key piece of evidence is missing before a critical court date. What steps would you take to address it?
Um, if I noticed missing evidence, I would immediately notify the attorney or the client, and then begin locating the missing information by reviewing the case files or contacting the relevant parties. My goal would be to minimize this disruption and ensure the case is fully prepared.
Great. Well, thank you for sharing your experiences with us today and your insights. We appreciate you taking the time to speak with us and loved your responses. The next step would be our team will review the candidates within the next 2 weeks. But before we wrap up, did you have any questions about the position or the office?
Yes, I do have a few questions. So my first question is, what does a typical day look like for a legal assistant in this office?
Okay. Um, okay, that's a great question. A successful assistant in the state's attorney office. Sorry, you asked about what makes a what does a typical day look like for an assistant? A typical day is we're fast paced, so it requires a strong organization and attention to detail. And you would start by reviewing the day's court schedule, make sure all the documents and evidence and case files are prepared for the attorneys. And then throughout the day, assist with legal documents like subpoenas and motions, and ensure that they're filed correctly and on time. You'll also be communicating with the law enforcement witnesses and victims to gather information and provide updates on cases. So you'll be very multitasking in some situations. And any other questions for me?
Yes. What qualities or skills would make someone most successful in this role?
So a successful legal assistant here would be a combination of someone who is very organized, attention to detail, with strong communication skills. Accuracy is very important because even a small mistake in a case file can have major consequences. So accuracy is very important. Time management and the ability to prioritize tasks. We kind of talked about that. Especially supporting multiple attorneys in many cases at once. Also, strong interpersonal skills because you'll be talking a lot with attorneys and law enforcement victims and witnesses as well.
Okay, and I have one more question. So how does your office support personal growth and development for legal assistants?
So we are open Monday through Friday. There's no mandatory overtime. There are vacation times and weekends off opportunities for you to have to continue to learn outside of the office, as well as have time to yourself to um, be with your family and your children as you need it. Mm.
Perfect.
All right. Let's see. Anything else for me today?
No, I think,
Okay.
uh,
All right. Well, thank you again for your time today. It was a pleasure speaking with you, and we will be in touch. We'll be in touch shortly.
thank you. Thank you so much for your time. Nice meeting you.
Nice to meet you. Bye-bye.